Hey guys, oSgtKickAss here, and we are back with another video, and we are back with another ERB. And unfortunately guys, we don't have any more Christmas ones to do. They only have 2 Christmassy ones out there, and we have done them already. So if you haven't seen them yet, go check them out. Last few weeks have come out. So yeah guys, we are back with another EIB. Like I said, it's not a Christmassy one, but it is going to be a big one. It is the Ghostbusters versus Mythbusters. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of sciencey rhymes. I'm sure there's going to be loads of references to the Ghostbuster movies in there as well. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great one, guys. So let's jump straight into it.
The Ghostbusters versus the Mythbusters!
Nice.
Are you tired of 2 geeks and mustaches who can manage to be boring with explosions and
Nice. So we start off with the 3 founders. Winston's not there, just the 3 founders at the moment. Are you bored of 2 geeks and mustaches? So it's like the commercial, and this is like the commercial. You can see it's on TV, where it's like, are you disturbed by loud noises in the night and stuff like that? So it's like thing. But then, are you bored with 2 geeks and mustaches who can somehow be boring with explosions and crashes? Because obviously a show with explosions and stuff should be really exciting. But they're saying even that is boring. But the geeks in mustache instead of loud noises in the night as well. Just want to say the outfits are the looks of them are phenomenally on point.
Are you tired of 2 geeks and mustaches who can manage to be boring with explosions and crashes?
If you or the Lorax want to bust like we do, give us a call.
We're ready to defeat you.
There
Ghostbusters,
he
flow
is.
crushers, get the job done.
So, if you or the Lorax want to fight like we do, give us a call. We're ready to defeat you. So obviously, give us a call. We're ready to defeat you. That's from like the advert as well. So give us a call. Like, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. So that's if you would call. Lorax. I assume that's a reference to one of them. What's his name? The ginger one, anyway, because he's got the big mustache, orange mustache, a bit like the Lorax from Dr. Seuss. So I assume that's a reference to. So yeah, if you or the Lorax want to fight, want to bust like we do, so bust, obviously bust a rhyme, but also Ghostbusters, Mythbusters, they both bust things. There we go, nice.
Give us a call.
We're ready to defeat you. Ghostbusters, flow crushers, get the job done. Spitting out the lyrics like we got.
So flow crushers. So yeah, he's just saying they crush a flow. Like they've got really good flow on the mic. Ghostbusters, flow crushers, they get the job done. So they're going to get the job done. They're always going to catch the ghost, or in this case, kill them on the rhyme and make them into ghosts. We'll get the job done, spitting out the lyrics like, and then we got one. So there's the iconic scene in Ghostbusters when they get the call, and it's the first call, and she just goes, we got one, and she just screams it out when they get their first call. So I like the way they've got that in as well.
Ghostbusters, flow crushers, get the job done. Spitting out the lyrics like we got one. Get the people moving like the Statue of Liberty.
Try to beat us in a battle, man, you gotta be kidding.
So get the people moving like the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, is it Ghostbusters 2, they put that like goo on the Statue of Liberty, and it like gets it to like move about and stuff, and they use it to like get around. But yeah, so get the people moving like the Statue of Liberty. So obviously people were running off screaming when that happened, but they're going to be moving and dancing to their flows and their sick rhymes. So nice.
Get the people moving like the Statue of Liberty.
Try to beat us in a battle, man, you gotta be kidding.
There we go. So trying to beat us in a battle, man, you gotta be kidding me. So it's like, you think you can beat us in a battle? Nah, you gotta be kidding, because there's no chance.
Get the people moving like the Statue of Liberty.
Try to beat us in a battle, man, you gotta be kidding me.
The delivery of stand straight like my main man Slinky.
Oh, nice. So my delivery is to stand straight, but Stance like his name. If you looked at the thing at the bottom, so his name's last name Stance, but my delivery stands straight like my mainland Slinky. So he's basically saying his delivery is like stood straight, direct, like thing. There's no playing about with it. It's just direct, obvious what he's saying, and he's delivering it like straight fire. But like my main man Slinky, so he's calling Spengler his main man here, and Spengler does that thing about where he has the Slinky. And it's like he straightened it out into a straight thing as a child. So there we go, my delivery stance straight like my main man Slinky. because that was also straight, so his delivery is straight and direct. Beautiful, beautiful rhymes.
In a battle? Man, you gotta be kidding me.
The delivery of stand straight like my main man Slinky.
I collect spores.
Tell him about the twink.
So yeah, I collect spores. So yeah, in the movie he goes, I collect spores, molds, and something else. What is it? I collect spores, molds, and there's something else anyway. So there we go. And then tell about the Twinkie. So in Ghostbusters, the first one, when they reference like all the activity and what's going on with the ghosts as like a Twinkie. And it's like, say this is what normally is at the moment, it's 40-foot Twinkie or something like that. So yeah, it's like they've got the Twinkie line in there as well, referencing to how he talks about the activity of the as a Twinkie in the movie. Very nice.
Delivery of stand straight like my main man Slinky.
I collect spores.
Tell him about the twink.
Like your show, it's all fluff and filler. I'll kick your hiney, man. I'm a savage killer.
Ooh, nice. So tell them about the Twinkie. Like your show, it's all fluff and filler. So they're basically saying the show's just fluffy filler. It's nothing interesting. No thing there. It's just fluff and filler. It's like a filler TV. It's nothing interesting. It's just there, innit? So I'll kick your Heineman. I'm a savage killer. So the last name of the two Mythbusters is Savage and Heineman, I think it is. So he's like, I'll kick your Heine. So he's took Heineman. I'll kick your Heineman. Heine is another word for butt. So it's like, I'll kick your butt, man. And then I'm a savage killer. So a savage killer is obviously goes around killing savagely. But he's saying in this case, he's going to kick Heineman's butt. And then he's a savage killer. So he's going to kill Savage. Very nice. Spengler delivering straight fire.
About the twink.
Like your show, it's all fluff and filler. I'll kick your hiney, man. I'm a savage killer.
Wow, your raps are just too whack to handle.
Let's do it like we do on the Discovery Channel.
Your science is preposterous, the opposite of competent process.
Ooh, nice. So, wow, your raps are just too whack to handle. So basically saying, yep, your raps are just shit, pathetic. Like, oh, wow, they're so whack, amazing, oh, wow. And then let's show them how we do on the Discovery Channel. So obviously their program was on the Discovery Channel, so just getting that in. So yeah.
Do it like we do on the Discovery Channel.
Your science is preposterous, the opposite of competent process. And in this episode, we'll give you a synopsis.
So yeah, your science is preposterous. So basically just saying their science that they say and they spit in the movies are just ludicrous, not correct at all, and way off. So yeah, your science is preposterous.
Your science is preposterous, the opposite of competent.
So the opposite of competent process. So it's basically saying all the things that you do scientifically aren't competent. So you've got the laser grid, but it's got no safety switch, and it's like if that got loose, all the ghosts and stuff would get out, and how you do like the catch the ghosts and things like that, and how you storage of them, all of it's just way off. But yeah, it's like when the environmental guy comes round, he's like, you've got no this needs to be safety, it needs like a safety switch, it needs to be secure in some way because of how it's affect on the power grid and stuff. He's like, there needs to be a safety switch, there needs to be something to protect this, and there isn't. So yeah, they're competent, they don't have competent process, it's just all over the place.
Let's do it like we do on the Discovery Channel.
Your science is preposterous, the opposite of competent process. And in this episode, we'll give you a synopsis. Starting with the vacuum cleaner strapped up on your back. It's a fact, positrons don't react like that.
Nice. So so in this episode we'll give you a synopsis. So in this episode, like at the start of the episode, in this episode, and then it'll go through the things we test, but in this episode we'll give you a synopsis. So he's going to give us a synopsis of what happens in Ghostbusters and why it's all wrong. Like this episode, they're going to basically prove why Ghostbusters science is flawed and completely incorrect. So starting with the vacuum cleaner strapped up on your back. So yeah, the proton packs do look a bit like vacuum cleaners, a bit like Luigi's Mansion, great game where he goes around sucking up ghosts with his vacuum. That's what they got on the back. But yeah, the proton packs, it's a fact, positrons don't react like that. So he's basically saying how you say they work in the movie and stuff, they don't react like that. So that's incorrect. So that's one thing that's incorrect. So the whole premise of how you catch the ghosts doesn't work like that.
Synopsis, starting with the vacuum cleaner strapped up on your back. It's a fact, positrons don't react like that. built a laser grate with no safety switch. And Mother Peck was right, that's some shady shit.
Nice. So like I said about the laser grids, no safety switch and stuff like that, how they keep the ghost stored. So you built a laser grid with no safety switch, and Walter Peck was right. That's some shady shit. So Walter Peck was the environmental guy who came round, and it's like, so even they're saying, you built it with no safety switch, that's ridiculous. Walter Peck was right, that's shady as fuck, because if anything goes wrong, that's going to cause a very, very big problem.
You built a laser grate with no safety switch, and Mother Peck was right, that's some shady shit. Good thing you work in a firehouse. 'Cause you just got burned. You are poor, scientist. That's good.
So, it's a good job that you work in a firehouse because you just got burned. So yeah, the Ghostbusters headquarters is that old, like the old the firehouse. That's their main headquarters for it and stuff. So it's a good job you're working there because we've just burned you with everything we're throwing at you. And then you are poor scientist, and that's confirmed. So if you don't know, in Mythbusters, if they find something to be, well, they either try to bust the myth or prove it's true. So if they prove it wrong, they go, oh, myth busted. And if it's correct, they go, and myth, that's confirmed, like myth confirmed. So it's like a reference to how they say the myths. So it's like, you're poor scientists, and that's confirmed. Because it's like, yep, you're poor scientists, we've just proved all that, so it's confirmed. Here you go. And it's like reference to the show. I like it.
Good thing you work in a firehouse. 'Cause you just got burned. You are poor, scientist. That's good.
That's enough from the walrus and Dickless the clown.
So that's enough from the walrus and Dickless the clown. So, Walrus obviously thingy, the one with the big ginger thing, looks like he's got whiskers, and then Dickless the clown. So Walter Peck is called Dickless by, I think, most of them in the movie. They all say he's like Dickless, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's correct, and then they all reference him having no dick. Walter Peck, the environmental guy, and it's yeah, so he's like Dickless the clown. I think that's because Adam, the other one, he looks a bit like Walter Peck. I wouldn't say it's a perfect copy, but it's just, it's sort of there. But yeah, so there's obviously the one with the big moustache looks a bit like a walrus, and then the ginger one looks a bit like Walter Peck. There we go.
You are poor, scientist. That's good.
That's enough from the walrus and Dickless the clown.
Let's show these myth bitches how we do it downtown. Are you sick? Ho! Eat 'em up! Smoke it!
There we go. So let's show these myth bitches how we do it downtown. This is swinging about like crazy as well. So let's show these myth bitches how we do it downtown. So in Ghostbusters he goes, let's show this, is it mythological bitch how we do it downtown? Because there's obviously that the woman's been possessed by like a really old ghost, like mythological. So it's like, let's show this mythological bitch how we do it. And then like, yeah, so there we go. So let's show these myth bitches how we do it downtown. Oh no, prehistoric, that's the word. Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do it. And then so that's how so these myth bitches how we do it downtown. There we go. And then grab your stick, hold and light them, heat them up, smoking. So that's how, like, when they're about to catch a ghost, he's like, grab your sticks, and then they go hold them, and then heat them up, smoking. That's the reply. So it's the call and answer that he does when they're about to catch the ghosts. Nice.
Let's show these myth bitches how we do it downtown. Are you sick? Ho! Eat 'em up! Smoke it!
High speed shows your ass get beat in slow motion.
Nice. So if you've never seen Mythbusters, a lot of what they do, they use high motion, like high speed cameras to catch loads of frames because they like to slow it down, and so the slow motion, like explosions and crashes and stuff. So it's like going up high speed so we can slow it down.
Are you sick? Ho! Eat 'em up! Smoke it!
High speed shows your ass get...
There we go. So high speed so your ass get beat in slow motion. So we're at the high speed so we can show your ass getting beat in slow motion like you do in the show.
Beat in slow motion. We roast show host when our flow cross streams.
Nice. So we roast show hosts when our flows cross streams. So flows as in rapping flows, when they cross streams, we roast in a show host. But in the movies, they say, oh, don't cross the streams when they're using their proton packs because they expect it to cause like a massive explosion and cause loads of problems. So it's like we roast show hosts when our flows cross streams, because the flows of the proton packs obviously blow up, roast them, but when they're flows, when they're rapping, would also cause just as bad a roast. Very good.
High speed shows your ass get beat in slow motion. We roast show host when our flow cross streams.
Pumping out blockbusters
While you work behind the scenes.
So yeah, pumping out blockbusters while you work behind the scenes. So there's a few references here. So yeah, both Ghostbusters 1 and 2, both massive blockbusters. I think combined they overall made like over $500 million. The two movies at the box office, so they're both blockbuster movies. They're both massive. Obviously, in the time the Ghostbuster movies came out, Blockbuster Video Store was big. So obviously the Ghostbusters would have been in there, getting rented a lot because it was very, very popular film. So it's in Blockbuster, it would have been very good, like massive, but busting as well. Ghostbusters, Mythbusters. So yeah, pumping out blockbusters. I think that's just another thing in there. Maybe I'm just making that up, but maybe they weren't going for that. But yeah, pumping out blockbusters while you work behind the scenes. So I believe that they both actually did work behind the scenes, the two from Mythbusters, doing the special effects and all that before they before they got Mythbusters and things like this. I think they did actually all work on special effects behind the scenes and stuff like that. So nice, very nice, very nice. Very nice rhyme.
We roast show host when our flow cross streams.
Pumping out blockbusters
While you work behind the scenes.
It's a rap test, dummy, and you're both getting crashed.
It's a rap test, buddy, and you're both getting crashed. So it's a rap test dummy. So crash test dummies are used a lot in Mythbusters to for the crashes and the explosions and stuff. See what it does to a crash test dummy. So yeah. But instead of a crash test, it's a rap test to see if they're any good at rapping. So it's not even a proper rap yet. This is just a test to see if they're even capable of getting to the level of them. So it's a rap test dummy, and you're both getting crashed. So instead of, and the test has shown that they're just crashing, they're not doing good, they're just getting roasted, they're just crashing, they're just failing in tremendous fashion.
Pumping out blockbusters
While you work behind the scenes.
It's a rap test, dummy, and you're both getting crashed.
We came, we saw, we kicked your ass.
Nice. So we came, we saw, we kicked your ass. So that is what he says after. Is it they catch Slimer? I think they go, yeah, we came, we saw, we kicked his ass. I think that's in the movie when they catch Slimer. That's what they say.
It's a rap test, dummy, and you're both getting crashed.
We came, we saw, we kicked your ass.
Ghosts aren't real.
But it should be said.
It's time to bring the B team back from the dead.
Things are getting scary when Tori
Nice. So we've got the B team here. So yeah, so ghosts aren't real, but it must be said. So they're like, your whole show's about ghosts. Ghosts aren't even real. They're fictional. So whatever you're saying is irrelevant. So ghosts aren't real, but it must be said. Maybe it's time to bring the B team back from the dead. So Tori, Grant, and Carrie, the three we just saw, they're sort of like known as the B team. They worked a few bits over from Mythbusters, and they were in the show at times. They weren't like always there, but they had their own segments where those three would do stuff instead of the other two, the main two. So yeah, they're like the B team essentially. Like he says. But yeah, so it's maybe time to bring them back from the dead. So this is a reference to, in 2014, they actually got cut from the show completely. Mythbusters still got filmed afterwards, but they just got rid of those three, and it was just the two. It's just Adam and the other one whose name I can't remember, just doing it. So yeah, it's time to bring the B team back from the dead.
It's time to bring the B team back from the dead.
Things are getting scary when Tori come harder than Ray when that ghost pops his cherry.
So things are getting scary when their names, Tori, Grant, and Carrie. So yeah, coming harder than Ray when that ghost popped his cherry. So obviously popping the cherry is like losing your virginity, and Ray in the movies hasn't lost his virginity yet. So they call it popping the cherry because the girl's hymen popped. So maybe he's calling him a girl because he's like popped the cherry. But yeah, he does actually get a blowjob from a ghost, which is very weird. Yeah, he gets given a blowjob by a ghost. So it's coming harder than Ray did. We're coming harder with our rhymes. They're hitting harder than Ray's cum was when that ghost popped his cherry. Very good.
Things are getting scary when Tori come harder than Ray when that ghost popped his cherry. We reject your blood and substitute our own.
So we reject your flows and substitute our own. So it's like, as scientists are rejecting their flows, they don't believe them, they think they're bollocks, and they're substituting in their own flows, which are going to be much better flows, better bars, better rhymes and everything. So we reject your flows and substitute our own. And then she sends it to the gas guy, and he's like, just can't think of anything. And in the TV show, he is a bit more of he's the more impulsive one, doesn't thinks it out as much, but he's also shown a little bit to be a bit more dumb than the other two, which obviously he's not. He's obviously a clever bloke, but he's shown to be a bit more dumb than the other two, so it's like, I don't know what to say.
Why'd you stop?
I couldn't think of a rhyme. Well, just say the first thing that pops into your mind.
Oh no. No. Are we gonna get the Marshmallow Man, Mr. Stay Puft? So, why'd you stop? I couldn't think of a rhyme. So, that's why he did, we'll just say the first thing that pops into your mind. And then the Ghostbusters reaction, no, fuck, not the first thing that comes to your mind, because in Ghostbusters, it's, the first thing that pops into your mind will be, like, your final boss that you have to defeat. And, the three of them are like discussing, what should we do? Think of something harmless and stuff like that. And then it's like, chosen, and they're like, what the fuck? And then one of them's like, oh no, and it's like, what did you think of? It's like, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And then we obviously get the massive Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's great. So we got a reference to that here. I love it. I think we're gonna get him in now, because I heard the boom, boom, like his footsteps, which is what you hear at first when in the movies. All you hear is the footsteps, and then eventually you see him emerge in the background.
Why'd you stop?
I couldn't think of a rhyme. Well, just say the first thing that pops into your mind.
Your wings up, stay puft,
Hey.
stay puft. Blaze comes and flip curry butter side up.
So Stay Puft, flip curry butter side up. So this is a very niche reference, and I have seen this fucking years ago. This is old. Basically, when Carrie says in one of the episodes, she's like, well, my toast always lands butter side up. If she drops it, always lands butter side up. So he's gonna flip Carrie butter side up. I think that's an innuendo, basically saying he's gonna rail her until the end of the day.
Your wings up, stay puft, stay puft.
So I rose up, stay puff, I stay fluff. So he's fluffy and stuff like that, but that don't matter. He's hard. He's gonna raise above them all and ruin them with the rhymes. Go on, Stay Puft Man.
Blaze comes and flip curry butter
Blaze chumps. So he's calling them all chumps. So he's gonna say blaze them all, but then he's gonna flip Carrie butter side up and have his way with her.
side up. I smell the Ghostbusters and flop another one, don't play.
Nice. So I smother Ghostbusters in a Fluff and Nutter, I don't play. So Fluff and Nutter is like it's like a sandwich, marshmallow sandwich. So it's like a spread, like a marshmallow, like creamy spread thing. So he's going to cover him Fluff and Nutter, but obviously when he is killed in the movies, he explodes and you get all the marshmallow gunk everywhere, and they're all covered in it. So I cover Ghostbusters and Fluff and Nutter, I don't play. So he don't play, he's just here to do his business, fuck shit up, and then win.
Blaze comes and flip curry butter side up. I smell the Ghostbusters and flop another one, don't play. Show these dweebs how to rock a beret.
Nice. So yeah, as you can see there, he's wearing a beret. In the TV show, he often is wearing a beret as part of his outfit. It's like iconic, his beret and his glasses and the beard, mustache thing. So yeah, his beret is very thing. But Mr. Stay Puft also has a beret, so he's like, maybe this is why they've done Mythbusters versus Ghostbusters, not because of the Busters bit, just because that it's the battle of the berets. But yeah, so he's like, I showed you dweebs how to rock a beret, because he's like, I'm rocking his beret so much better than him.
I smell the Ghostbusters and flop another one, don't play. Show these dweebs how to rock a beret. I live so large you can't harsh my mellow.
So I live so large I can't harsh my mellow. So obviously I live so large, it's like living your life to the full, but also he's absolutely fucking massive. But yeah, if you harsh someone's mellow, you're basically making like the mellow, they're like, oh cool, but if you're harshing their mellow, you're like interrupting it, making it worse, and you're making them from calm and cool to fucking a bit pissed off. So you can't show these how to operate. I've lived life so large, you can't harsh my mellow. So I live my life so big and so amazing, you can't harsh my mellow. Also, harsh my mellow, marshmallow. He's a marshmallow man. Nice.
Play. Show these dweebs how to rock the beret. A lip so large you can't harsh my mellow. Just one step took me out the ghetto.
So obviously rappers talk about getting out of the ghetto to become big. Like, they started in the ghetto, they raised up and they got out of the ghetto, but just one step took me out the ghetto, because he's so big. Obviously if he was in the ghetto, the more poor areas, all it'd take is just one step and he'd be out, because he's so fucking huge. So nice little rapper reference there, but also related to his size.
A lip so large you can't harsh my mellow. Just one step took me out the ghetto. You best be afraid of my marshmallow flows. This big pump just turned all you bitches to toast.
So you best be afraid of my marshmallow flows, cause they put just turned all you bitches to toast. So yeah, you best be afraid of his marshmallow flows, because his marshmallow flows are going to hard roast and kill everyone. Because Stay Puffed, himself, he's referring to himself in the third person, just turned all you bitches to toast. So he's like, yeah, I just toasted all you bitches, I just roasted you, burnt you. I was savage, mate. Mr. Stay Puffed, what a fucking king, what a G. So yeah, you just turned all you bitches to toast. Specifically, that could be a reference back to Carrie with the my toast always butterflied up, but also you toast a marshmallow. So it could be a reference to that as well. That was really good, guys. I enjoyed that. So let's get down to the breakdown of who won. So guys, for me, there has to only be one winner. So Stay Puft came in and absolutely killed it. So it's got to go for him. But if we're going off my premise from the McDonald's versus Burger King one, we can't have someone who just did one verse be the winner. So for that reason, the winner I'm going to go for is the Mythbusters. I think they just had a few more hard-hitting lines. They actually went at Ghostbusters, whereas the Ghostbusters sort of were just base level lines. But I think the Mythbusters like sort of broke down and said why they're wrong and everything like this. So I am just going to give it to the Mythbusters. If I can have a person who just did one verse win, it's Mr. Stay Puft, absolute fucking king. Him and Slimer, just absolute kings from the movies, aren't they? Everyone loves them. So yeah, Stay Puft, if I can't have that, it's going to go to the Mythbusters, just ever so slightly, guys. But yes, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe with bell notifications turned on, and I'll see you next video. Peace.